Right, river crossing. This is actually interesting looking map. We have to, the main push has to go into the city area here. So there's some city fighting and probably heavy defenses protecting this bridge. But there's also a totally separate area on a hill south of that area. So we have to send a potentially significant force here too. Hopefully we can use whichever force faces the least resistance as a support for the taking down the other side. We'll see. Um, More or less, I bought a couple of extra Abrams tanks to use as sacrificial units. Apparel mobile SAM sites, mainly to have some anti-air capabilities and to test out these. Basically, can they see through smoke and all that? A couple of APCs carry the engineer squads around, so I can use them as emergency smoke deployers, and a platoon of helicopters. Uh, because of the, we need to go be potentially in many places. So with the helicopters, I don't have to give a shit about the length of the map. I just need to defeat the enemy and deploy the troops. A couple of howitzers again to fire smoke. Because I don't really see a downside to us firing a smoke. Which reminds me, you could probably be somewhere else. We plan bombardment missions. These have a significant amount of smoke, so we might as well start with a little bit of a cover for some of our units. We can probably use helicopters to reveal quite a bit. So I would expect there's a lot of protections again in these hills, especially. So if we could fire smoke right in front of them, that'd be great. It's probably not going to do all that much good at the moment, but there's the bot. It might actually be fairly useful. And again, most of our units can see through the smoke just fine, so I don't think it's much of a problem for us. Still, we could actually shoot smoke with these. Didn't really consider that. I don't want to shoot with them because they might reveal their location. That would be the worst possible outcome. Quite a tight formation with the smoke. Yeah, not so much here. I'm thinking we want to use the helicopters first. There's a couple of empty ones. Doesn't mean we want to throw them away, but they're much cheaper to lose than the combat helicopters. That's a lot of suppression. Yeah, this unit is basically lost. Okay. To be expected. We can test the smoke ability to see through smoke in a lot of opportunities. There's no need to hurry with that particular test. This U is lost. Question is, But what do we want to really try to handle that situation? It has to be this group, but there's a limit to how much they can fire, and there's going to be an immediate reaction. Are we suppressed? Slightly, but not really. We definitely have to fire tanks, though. Yeah, I don't think this is a healthy thing to do. Just pointing it out. That's quite a lot of them already. Still can't see shit with the tanks. We also don't do use the Abrams. At least these can see something now. Yeah, 64 Bs. Don't think this is gonna work. We can use these afterwards, but I'm not sure we should try to do anything with them now, which means we basically can't move the helicopters for the moment. We're also in a very bad position here, so however, they can shoot us from that direction, so the smoke won't really protect us all that well. I could fire some smoke here. It's better than nothing. Okay, could you fire? No? That's all the smoke you had, is it? Yes. This has 5 extra smoke. Um, okay, that's actually fine. I have to use the helicopters to lure targets to fire. But that's not... yeah, it's sort of good enough though. I could have shot more smoke here. Really think about that. Yeah, these guys have a massive amount of smoke. If I move, I'm sure I'm dead. Well, this is one way to see things, if the smoke is enough. I mean, some of the tanks, for example, will have smoke without a doubt. So we would have other ways of doing this. Can we see here? No. That's a good thing. Someone fired upon us. You did. Hello, you did. Troubleshooting. Just god awful. That's bitter. Still doesn't change the fact that there's gonna be a lot of enemies there. An APC would be sort of an okay target to get them to fire at us. These are small, fast, so forth. Why did I put the smoke screen here? There's no line of sight to the targets no matter what we do. The forest is already blocking them. At the same time, there could be tanks here. But this was unnecessary smoke screen, I think. Well, fuck me. So carried away with the smoke screens, I didn't really think about it. Oh, can we can test this? Yeah, they are blocked by smoke, so they are not particularly useful. These guys should be able to fire at something though. Not quite sure what. I think if shot by an anti-air missile with a helicopter, that's a tough one though. A single unit shot at us? Yeah, I don't. No. There's a far away unit there. Yeah, it's still safer to start with the helicopters, I think. The unit losses cause suppression. That's the problem. Means any fire we take with these units is not going to be unlikely to hit. Right. Chances drop by 50% by a single point of suppression. I'm gonna shoot with these to hopefully get a kill and reduce the suppression we have. Okay, that is good. New units reveal. That is not good. They're not particularly heavily armored either. Clickety clickety click. Yeah, that's a bit too much. Quite a few hits and no real results. Yeah, this is not going really any better. We have to do it somehow differently. The problem is everyone can shoot at everyone at the moment, except my tank group here. This is pretty much totally worthless. So if we would have positioned these guys anywhere else, it would have been fine. Now they're in a cover position, I suppose. So I might as well use them as bait. Not perfect, but much better than the first set of shots we did. Actually hitting targets. Still couldn't kill something like 4 tanks. Just could not do it. There seems to be that there's likely anti-tank infantry here too. Well, let's just do the best we can. Hopefully they don't have massive air strikes here, otherwise that could basically still screw me over. I can provide some smoke cover for this position. Still 3 shots. You have to move, because otherwise you can't shoot at anything. These move, they can fire once after that. Yeah. I mean, if they don't move, they can fire once. If they move, they can't fire at all. That's pretty bad. I don't see much of a point moving with the helicopters, because I couldn't do anything with the units anyway. I need an extra smoke here. Don't have extra smoke. No, you don't have extra shots. You have extra smoke. Close that gap. We should be seeing more. Not sure how I want to force the issue at the moment. I couldn't react with all that many units. If we move an inch, we're gonna get shot at. Okay, we beat the suppression, so there's a good chance we are not gonna escape the map. But yeah, that's always the risk. Also, we're in a totally open space now. Can I even see the guy who shot me? No. So it was a waste trying to do anything with this. Suppose I can move to the south. No. It's a miracle I managed to get this far. I can only see the crew. Well, there we have. Say 9 gasket. We lost the unit. Doesn't matter that much. Not exactly a good thing either. And this guy did great. No complaints about that. But he's retreating at massive speed right at the edge of the map, so he's gone. Still, that's one entire missile platform gone. Sure, I want to start this by losing another though. Right, what we need is a little bit of a smoke cover here. Oh, let's not do that. I might have a need to replenish the smoke screens elsewhere. Still. The combat helicopters might not be quite so skittish. Right, they didn't get suppressed. It's smooth. Still, no one's spotting anything, so this is horrible. We're gonna just have to stay here and get shot at. There we go. Now we can see things. That's one, that's two. Interesting that one of them is behind the hills. Uh, it basically can shoot at high altitude targets. It couldn't be shooting at me if I did nap of Earth movement. I'm not sure I want to shoot it with missiles. The missiles are better used at more heavily armored targets. What exactly do we see? We can't quite see it. It's in a blind spot. There could be targets on this side. Hmm. Yeah, there are enemies here that can see us. I need some kind of smoke there. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. Right. With any chance there aren't that many enemies can fire at us. But they are dug in positions right at the near the tanks, and I have a hard time believing it would be other than anti-tank missiles. To drop the infantry here. They might not have a huge amount of smoke ammunition. They have some, and that could be incredibly valuable to me. Based on missiles, I say. But this at least gives the next helicopter a chance to do something. Also, nap of Earth, please. They moved on quite a bit. Go behind the smoke for cover. We learned something from this is that we do actually need combat gunships. Otherwise, there's no point trying. The transport helicopters are a little bit too skittish. I think we destroyed a SAM site here already, right? Nothing else, which means we are quickly losing the smoke, while there's quite a decent amount of targets there waiting for us. I'd like to get a unit there fairly quickly and take a look. Alternatively, push forward here to reveal more of these targets. think this is more urgent. We still have the luxury to do things here. Maybe even try to get to the forest for cover. Ah, crap. Well, I saved. Let's see what happens. Okay, what are you? Machine gun? Seriously? That's all we see. More machine guns. It's a machine gun. Sagerty. Anti-tank missile. Some targets here, nothing particularly interesting as far as I'm concerned. Still, they might be able to drive me off. Better pull back properly. Okay. Things here look fairly good. I have no delusions about the fact that I spot all of the enemies waiting for us here. But it looks like it's a force that we can basically get rid of fairly easily. Yeah, in fact, let's go. I'm hoping for a reaction from their vehicles they have here. Nothing really. There we go. This is just a machine gun. Can't do much about that anymore. We need these type of support units closer in. I'm very surprised there hasn't been any kind of reaction fire from enemy tanks. Making me think there aren't that many more enemy tanks here waiting for us. However, unless we do something about this, they're definitely gonna destroy that. Yeah, there's nothing particularly good there. Could push tanks further forward, but I'm not sure if there would be much of a gain for us. Okay. Minor suppression. I'm shocked. Shocked if we're not gonna eat some anti-tank missiles now. Not sure why we should even stay here at this point. Large part of us staying here was that we had to dump a smoke screen here. But it doesn't seem like it's serving any specific purpose at the moment. I'm staying behind it for one turn, but I'm not sure if that's really necessary. This is the much more worse situation. We know that there's a huge amount of units here, which probably can actually shoot here. Didn't really think about that. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. But on the other hand, we have units here that are ready to react if anything pops up, so I'm not sure how big of a problem this is gonna be. Just going to have to deal with it somehow. By the way, I have a decent amount of units that can provide smoke here, so I'm not too worried. Still, this isn't good. Can I deploy smoke somewhere? Definitely would like to fire more smoke here. That would probably be the best for us. It's destroying the light tank. Oh shit! Yeah, this went terribly. Not unexpectedly, but the light tank destruction is what's the thing that bothers me. I suppose they have a high caliber machine gun there, so in that sense it's not totally unexpected, but it's Jesus fucking Christ. It's a long way off, and that is a very very tough shot to actually make. Yeah, these guys are dead, dead. Yeah, I'd like to do something different, but I'm not sure what I could do. Suppose suppress it a little bit. Haven't really done proper attacking against vehicle targets in a long time. Don't know really what we need. Russian infantry squad. I think helicopters would probably be the best choice here. Also, the smoke is clearing. I need the UEs to move out. This nap of Earth needs to be our way of movement. Holy shit. Doesn't work. Transport helicopters just don't work. And I can't risk these, no matter what. They're supposed to be taking stuff from the enemy. Okay, dude. Okay, there's a forest in the middle of the lake there, which is nice. That's this old fellow here. Not too worried about it, but he's definitely causing me grief. There's also dug-in positions here, which I can see. And my movement is very low, so I'll have to... I can't really get into any cover now either. And the anti-air unit still spots me. Right, so we're more or less just seen from the north. It's fairly risky, I'd say, but I needed a unit closer here so I can inspect targets and shoot them with the units here. Alternatively, we could make another smoke screen. Happen to have any smoke? It's really a matter of where the APCs can go. Right, we can more or less maybe dump another smoke screen somewhere here. At least that would allow us to make some progress here. We can make another smoke screen after this too. And then we have the artillery that can also make another further smoke screen. So things are looking fairly well for us. But everything hinges on the Cobra being able to do its job. It can't spot quite a large number of targets for us. Then we're in trouble. We can't just go from smoke screen to smoke screen. It's intended to buy us a turn or two of time at the start so we can settle things with the initial enemies we see. I don't really dare to move with the craft here. We can reach any spot of the map within 2 turns when we need it. So it's much more important for us to just keep dodging the enemy SAM sites at the moment. We could move a little bit closer, I think, if we basically would just land in an area like this, that forest. That way we can't possibly be spotted and we're quite a bit closer to where we Chaparrals were a total bust for this mission. Well, we don't know if they have helicopters. Not yet, at least. So maybe they'll have their purpose, but they have no offensive capabilities aircraft-wise. Still, if they have helicopters, these are really great at taking down. There shouldn't be any armored targets, but I don't want to move these yet. Although, they're absolutely pointless after a turn or two if we stay here. And they're vulnerable to the enemy missile fire. And they will have infantry missile teams, there's no doubt about that. I should have at least done the... God damn it, the helicopter move first. This is an Abrams. This is what we wanted. So someone knew. Heavy machine guns everywhere. Okay, surely they have something on the flags, no? This is getting very dangerous territory if we go there. The heal is our only protection against him. I don't think that's much of a protection, really. Okay. is the rifle squad? We know that there are missiles somewhere here. But it sort of looks like if they were, they would be somewhere like somewhere closer to the beach edge. I really wish some of their mobility with helicopters in the life would be a little better, so that I could wouldn't have to waste my time like this. Where the fuck did the missile come from? There could have more targets here, I suppose. It did hit the artillery piece on the northern side of this bridge. Just don't see it. We know it's there. It's gonna fire the moment we hit the turn. It's gonna be somewhere there, I suppose. That's at least useful information. Also, the fact that there aren't that many enemies here, so useful information. Yes, there are some, but only some. Ooh, so you want to play this game? They're seriously trying to suppress our artillery pieces with the heavy machine guns. Not sure if that's stupid or not, really though. They've destroyed one of my light tanks already using this method, so... Suddenly T-72. Heavy machine guns. And no one saw a goddamn thing. T-72. And these losers can't hit it. Well, you fired already, so might as well move on. Still, these two cover this area quite nicely. I think I might have been hasty moving away from this place because who cares at this point. What's done is done. We're gonna wait. With this force, we have to sort of wait here. It's gonna pull back a little bit. This would have smoke, and I think it's warranted to fire a little bit of smoke here. It'll protect us from any further tanks that they might have there. Retreating, retreating, routed, ready. We haven't really caused any casualties this day. The rifle squads are fairly small that they have here. This is a smaller caliber machine gun. It will not be a threat to the vehicles. I think I'm gonna pile up here. It's not a great place to be in. Especially since these guys haven't really been routed yet. Sure how bad the situation here really is. It's there's way too many units stacked on right on top of each other. How much smoke do you have left? Enough. Engineering squad cannot. Okay. What the fuck am I targeting? Yeah, this is a bit tough to target anything specific here. Right. And you can't move. Well, you sort of can, but what's the full point if we can move the other side of the map in 2 turns? And these are the extra tanks I bought for this mission specifically. So if you could suppress the infantry a little bit further, that'd be great. Especially this one. If it fires at this range against our APCs, I think they're done for. I could hold position here, but I don't particularly want to, because if they don't have tanks, it's totally pointless. Everything else needs to be taken care of at closer range. Do we want to suppress these? I don't think so. I don't think it's worth it. Right. Howitzers. I don't think this can shoot through smoke. So maybe we should try to work things out that way here. It probably won't work, but I don't really have much to lose by trying. Yep. Single unit lost, not that big of a deal. Just pisses me off that we lose it to units in situations like these that are totally unnecessary. This is a bigger problem. I was relying on the smoke ammunition to provide additional cover. That's no longer really an option. You can't even see the enemy tank. Yeah, okay, this one can. Actually, you miss. And you miss too. That's actually abnormal. Quite abnormal. For fuck's sakes. Okay. Now we risk helicopters again. Don't care too much about that. That's a bigger problem. If we basically do dodge fire from that many targets, that's a problem. We are gonna waste all our movement there. Can't spot the vehicles I was sort of hoping to spot. That's a Sager team. Tanks. Another tank. Another Sager team ready to go. Any chance you could see the tank? Ah, the Sager team can fire at us, and if we dodge that, we are probably gonna end up in a position that could get us even killed. So that's no good. Not the engineer squad. In this position we could take down the tank with the helicopter the next turn. So not bad at all. You, my friend, what are you gonna do? We could try to maybe attack their anti-air capabilities. Let's see how bad it is if we go up. Don't really see anything important. We have a single missile we can use against their SAM site. We could also take down that tank, but what would be the point? I couldn't operate in this area. That's a lot better. Bit of a waste to use any other weapons besides the Tau missile though when firing. Where is it? Need to get a general idea where it is. It fired at a fairly close range. there. Not sure how to deal with that. Ooh, we are seeing quite a lot of things here. Mortars, excellent. Um, wait, it's not a problem. Wait, I consider that a huge success, really. You target something. Rifle squads are breaking my balls here. That's funny. I want to be in a position to attack the gas skin on the next turn. There doesn't appear to be any kind of army reaction to our presence here. What am I moving? I think this is artillery piece, right? I don't care too much about the infantry because we can just take the flags and get the infantry to come to us. So there's no point going there in their fortified positions and trying to pick a fight with them. Well, this is certainly not a safe place to be, though, is it? At least the crew survived with this, so it's gonna be a fairly cheap loss for us. Survivors disperse. Yeah, someone's gonna have a bad time on the next turn. Even if they have a tank or two ready here, I'm not too concerned. We still have the helicopter around. And we have a much better tank. We could also maybe provide some smoke here to basically get a free kill out of it. And I don't want to go on this hill before we have a little bit of a better firing position here. There's no doubt at least some units here that can fire upon it, so it's a little bit risky to go there now. We might want to... no. We're targeting a Sagger team. They have a Sagger team there, okay. It's thoroughly routed, not a problem. We definitely don't want to really move. We are not in a good position here. I want to get a closer look about what's going on with the helicopter. It might be worthwhile to move a little bit forward and fire on some... no. We'll move forward when the missiles have charged their shots, so if something unexpected pops up, we're not totally helpless against them. Move forward at full speed. These units are worthless here now. I'm not sure if we want to re-establish the smoke. Should be fresh enough. These units are pretty worthless. And they're so weak that a heavy machine gun could take it out. Still, not much I can do. Just an unnecessary loss if we happen to get them killed there. Ooh, we could do it this in a different way. Basically, peek to the other side with an engineering squad. That's not all that risky, and alternatively we can use it to drop some smoke. Yeah, we could get a smoke screen here so the tank can go here and blast into all the hell. Something to think about at least. Another one is probably needed here again if we push over the hill. Right. Again, don't want to move the helicopters. They still have enough anti-air capabilities that it could be a big problem. Just want to have this guy here as extra help in case the APC gets under attack. Right. We want multiple tanks here. This is a tank section of the same platoon, or same group, so they'll work fairly well together. Not horrible, not good. I forgot to move the helicopter. Shit. Well, we got lucky there. Okay, so what are we seeing? That one has to die. Still 2 smoke ammunition left. Wonder, okay, we need to destroy that no matter what we do. Abrams can't see, but yeah, they really can. So this didn't exactly work out. Who the hell fired? You. Okay. Don't want to waste my minigun and rockets. They won't be able to do anything against the tank anyhow. And you can't shoot a Tau missile at this distance, is that correct? No. You just didn't want to for some reason. Yeah, we're gonna make a fairly significant push forward here, so I need to have a better idea of what we're facing. Fairly aggressive with their shooting. Also fairly harmless, so I'm not too concerned about what they're doing. Might not have gotten all of their anti-tank units here, but we've been flying over this area with a helicopter for a while, and we spotted like one. So I'm hoping that's at least the most of it. Does seem a little bit too few, but who the hell knows? Here we have a new Sagar team. Although I'm not sure it's all that new, but it's certainly ready for action, so we have to do something about it. Can you shoot at it? Yes, please do. Well, it's thoroughly suppressed, and we get a kill on it. So even if it could fire, it couldn't fire all that well. Do you see any useful units we could fire upon? So moving on. And you can't. Which reminds me, what the hell are you doing? Still firing a smoke? Well, that's sort of pointless. Or no sort of pointless about it. Plus we could fire some more smoke here. We'll deal with it after the turn has ended. Yeah, get the fuck out. What about helicopter number 2? Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything worthwhile here to do for us. There's no doubt a few extra tanks there. Don't particularly want to go too close to it, but I think this is a fine place for us to hold out. We'll go scout the next hill more thoroughly the next time. I'm expecting at least 2-3 tanks, maybe some anti-tank teams. If not, we can easily start just wipe out the mortars they have here. Right, but you... yeah, this didn't work out at all like we planned, but still, tops down. By some miracle, I just can't see that. Well, anywho. Any other anti-air units who want to pick a fight with me? Yeah. Got suppressed a little bit. I don't think I took damage. No. But I fired very accurately with the anti-air machine gun. I still need to get rid of that, I think. Why can't I see more enemies? There's a couple of new. Quite sure where they are, but the number of enemies I spot increased by 3. Could be the mortars, I suppose. Tanks. More tanks. This is not a good place to be. Even the shittiest tanks could fire at me accurately at these distances. Okay. Still, that gave me a much better idea what to expect. They're mostly blocked by the terrain here. So I can come at least to this hill. I don't want to because I don't know if the southern hill here has additional tanks. They might be able to fire here. Who knows what their accuracy is going to be. So what we really need to do is get units here and fire some smoke, then we should be able to blast both of these tanks away. I mean, we could go there and start firing, but I don't really see the point of taking that chance. That's a good shot. Also, we see 5 targets. Right. We can't return fire, so I wonder what we can do. Nothing. They'll just wait there and die, I guess. Okay. We do have infantry here. Might not be the best idea to bring infantry forward because they are much more likely to be able to react to something like this. Maybe they don't have the range. Yeah, we're seeing targets from faraway areas, so I don't think they have the range really to do much. More importantly, I think they are forced to try to do something now. You can see a faraway Sager team, but that's pretty much it. I'm not sure how much more forward I want to push these guys. This position is definitely a little bit windy for us. It's okay. This guy has at least a smoke ammunition, so I think we can fix that. But they might have units on this side of the river, for example. So I'm not too comfortable sitting here. The position itself is fine though. Right, now we can bring in anti-infantry units. Can't really see all that much, but this would be a very inconvenient place for them to assault. Still a little bit risky, but we can always fire more smoke with this guy if necessary. No targets. No real targets. I think I'll bring this guy closer to the city. Simply because, without a doubt, there's gonna be infantry ambushes and the like, so the artillery piece there could make things a lot easier for us. Go back into the smoke. This guy's in a perfect position to finish any vehicle there is here, so I'm not all that keen to move him about. Back, maybe add that. Right. He could move forward then. Oh, hello friends. We even still do something? Ooh, you can see someone. It's a shitty target, but it's a target. not sure what to do with these. I think maybe drive them on this hill and fire at any upper target of opportunity at that point. Engineers are okay to move on. These guys were a disappointment. But we still don't know that they don't have helicopters. I don't really expect them, but sometimes they have them camping in weird places, and you're still they're invisible until the helicopters move. As ridiculous as that is, but still, them's the rules. I think I'll pull back a little bit. If someone attacks this one, he has no reaction fire. And we could move these guys a little bit closer at least. We can use the smoke as cover. So we can drop engineers very quickly wherever we need to. Probably in a single turn get these flags if we want to. Can you shoot at something? Nothing useful. I'm firing smoke here because this is where our units need to arrive in order to fire there. And it's much easier to provide the smoke here than it is to cover the entire other hill in smoke. Right. Oh shit. Shit. Yeah, this is catastrophic. Okay, at least I understand where they're located now. That's this is catastrophic. I still don't understand how in the hell can they hide those units so well. You idiot retreated. You motherfucking idiot retreated. Now we're gonna lose that too. Yeah. Not good. These are still goddamn gigantic targets. Right, I could try to save something here. Ah shit, I was hoping I would have smoke ammunition. No such luck. I don't think I can really do much other than just cross my fingers and pray. unexpected how that went, but I'm fairly pleased with how it went. Single UE is not that expensive to lose. What happened to the infantry? Yeah, we filled them with infantry. Right, that's what we did. What we did indeed. I think I'm going to try to drop infantry here. Maybe not immediately. We want to probably see, can we shoot at some targets? Not really. Not really. These guys are in a perfect position to shoot at them though. Except the accuracy is only 50%, so naturally we can't hit shit. Prone car, doesn't matter. We can shoot through the smoke. Just need to get a kill. Just clickety clickety click. Quite a lot of hitting, no killing. Seeing something? It is a long way that we're firing from, but at the same time they killed us with no problem with this same distance. So I'm sort of calling bullshit on our inability to punch through that armor. Right, a huge amount of hits and nothing. Not a goddamn thing. And there's really nothing I can really do about it. I'm trying to kill this one because it'll block his line of sight. Clickety clickety click. I've heard that before. My worry is that I'll have to redo a long turn because I can't do anything about them. Can't be helped. I can't do anything about them now. I can't do anything about them. And you wasted your shot. This guy really should try to spot things in buildings, I'd say. Because without a doubt, yeah, there's gonna be some targets here. But infantry spot is dead. So we have a good idea what to expect here. Okay. Not bad. Good. These miracle guys are the real headache though. Okay, what can you see? Yeah, that's nice. I can't move anyone on this goddamn hill if I can't get the tanks. That's not gonna happen. Okay, this is not the turn I was supposed to be looting, was it? Wrong. mission. Right. I am really confused what's exactly needed to kill these things. They're fairly oldish tanks too. They're not like they're some kind of super, but they just they don't give a shit. I need one of them to die, not both of them. The front one dead will block the rear one from doing anything. But just no. No, 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 no. I can't kill them with these. Not at these distances. So a helicopter could possibly do it, but that's about it. Doesn't even hit. We're basically in the same situation we were saying the previous time. Curious how bad is it here. It looks like this is more or less it. We might be able to smoke our way to victory here. I need to block their line of sight just with something. Yeah, and this guy can see in these weird miraculous locations. It's not going to really solve the issue. Because I can't shoot exactly where I need to. And you don't have any more smoke ammunition anyway. Well, you don't have it, you don't have it. I can't move forward, I'll die immediately if I do. Do you have smoke? Yes, but that wouldn't really fundamentally change much. Why can't you fire at it? Do I need to point my nose at them or something? Apparently yes. So we can't do anything. What about you? Um, we are dead if you don't have smoke. And I'm not actually all that comfortable with this. So I'll switch the location a little bit. I want the mortar to be able to destroy the helicopter. I'm not sure what I want to do with this one. Probably try to engage the tank, if at all possible. That would ease the situation here quite a bit for me. No. I don't see much of a point in trying to go forward and spot the enemy units now, because I can't move with any unit anyway, because of the tank as camping me. Or two tanks, whatever. Point is, if I move, I'll just risk losing things for no particular gain. So, how much smoke do you have? That's not good. Gonna have to move these somewhere. Don't expect a hit here, I just want to target the tank so we have an easier time attacking it on the next turn. Sagger team, always a worthwhile target. Oh my god. Hmm. How much more further do we want to go here? I don't want to really go all that close. They do have capable anti-tank weaponry. Sagger team must be routed every turn until we kill it. And we never see anything useful with these. We follow the tanks, see where things end up. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing with every unit here. There's no point staying back, and I'm not sure if there's. Okay, this could be an answer to a lot of our problems here. Get basically missile platforms to handle the situation to the south. Engineers will still have smoke. Don't think we need it. Yeah, I think we're best off holding ground. We need to maybe... We can use the UE either to take the flags from them or not do anything at the moment. I'm inclined to go with the not do anything at the moment because we just moved a huge amount of missile carriers there to provide fire support. Where? Okay, this is a unit that escaped the map. The smoke is clearing though. Why are we firing the smoke here? Because we need to move our own units there, right? If they can't shoot us now, we can take care of them all. They destroyed that light tank. Unfortunate, but I can't really do anything. Ooh, the UE said it's live. Interesting. Didn't do any damage, suppressed it with a point or two probably, and that's good enough. That's the fun part about those things. It's so easy to underestimate the effect of the suppression shot. The one shot that doesn't achieve shit and is perfectly harmless. Except for the collapse in accuracy. Okay, is one of you... The E group has a single shot maybe? No, they're all pretty much veteran units, so with so many kills. Yeah, they don't have the problem. They have improved TOW though, not the TOW weapon. And the crew abandoned the tank, which makes sense, except the infantry is still there, capable and willing to kill us. So that's not an optimal situation for to abandon that position. Do you see anyone else here? Still, that probably saved a lot of crew. Cobra! And the mortars are fairly well suppressed, and we'll go back into hiding here. Might get a couple of easy kills out of them. I would like to get a veteran Cobra to be able to fire the TOW missile twice in a turn. And you... Now we do need to go on the spotting spree. Ooh. No, you need to focus on killing that tank. That's what we can achieve, then there's no real big threat here for our vehicles. That's an important thing. I'm thinking of just engaging the targets as we spot them instead of trying to scout everything out beforehand. Heavy machine gun firing at us is not a good thing. They might actually kill us. Although the missiles the rifle squads are firing, or rockets, aren't exactly without their problems. Right. Can you do something? Anything? No. Nope. 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 Fire at a Sager team on the other side of the map. How about new? Okay, we've established the fact that all the enemies seem to be in buildings here, so I'm not sure. Yeah, we do need the scout here. Just gotta have it. Otherwise, it's gonna be a huge amount of units sacrificed trying to get through here, or time wasted. I don't really see much of a point of holding things back there because they're defending and we haven't taken these flags, so I'm not expecting any kind of counterattacks at the moment. Still, might not be exactly a horrible idea to have a secondary vehicle stay on top of my current units. Three targets to choose from. Targets that are nowhere near here though. Yeah, I think we could use a scout here to I don't really see anything that could really hamper our efforts here. There's nothing to be seen. I suppose they could be just lying in wait and waiting, but I find that highly improbable at this stage. They would have done something already. Okay, and we're conserving our shots just in case they have some kind of surprise waiting for us. These guys probably can't shoot at anything useful anymore, so I'm just shoving them in here. They can fire on every target in this area. If there are any kind of vehicles popping up at this point, they're pretty much worthless. We can immediately destroy them. We have probably like 7 of these in fairly good positions, able to open fire. You, please retreat. No targets to really choose from. And I'm fine with that. I still think it might be a wise idea to move those. Because if there starts to be some kind of an infantry push toward the areas we've captured, these units that don't have anti-infantry capabilities, or at least have decent ones, are in deep shit at that point. A good target to choose from. That is no, actually not true. He's the only one who can shoot at the Stagger team that would potentially cause trouble. So we need to whip it a little bit, and it's dead. Yep, I think this is basically the end of the mission. We can now push to the flags in a turn or two, and that'll be the end of it. I need to use the transport helicopter to take the last remaining flags quickly. I guess we can do this in order. Cobra! They won't see shit. I'm thinking of maybe leaving, staying here. The mortars might be, no. You're just asking for trouble. There's no need to stay in a vulnerable position like that. Still, you scout further targets for us. Nice. It's a capable rifle squad. And I don't understand why I can't get casualties in it. I've been suppressed, bastard. That's good enough for now. We revealed what needed to be revealed. Yeah, this is a miracle infantry squad. It got shot by a unit right next to it and it just couldn't be harmed. And now it's retreating. Fine. I guess this is as far as we go for now. Although we did check these buildings, right? We need to leave something here. They're going to try to retake these if we don't get all the flags in a very short time period. Possible, but unlikely. We're spotting something new. Again, someone has to stay here. No, actually this is the end. There's no point moving forward anymore. There should be a missile team somewhere here. Can't see it. No, I think we killed it. This is just a luxury of killing those units. We don't actually need to do it. Nothing worthwhile to fire upon here. Pulling back a little. Same thing with these. Well, actually not necessarily. These have anti-air machine guns, so they could be effectively used to hold positions against infantry. We could try to drive there. I don't really see a downside to it. We're not expecting any kind of resistance or anything. And it would mean that the UE wouldn't be all alone if it gets there. I think that's actually a sensible thing to do. Go for the flags. These ones we can reach fairly easily. This is probably gonna take more time. Still, it doesn't matter too much. The UE will have 2 machine guns with decent amount of ammunition, so we are capable of fending off any kind of minor attack here. Abramses certainly are able to handle the few infantry units that are still bothering us. And I'm thinking they'll probably abandon their positions at this point anyway, because they're holding on to a loss at this point, a decisive loss. So they have nothing to lose by attacking. They might still not attack because they hold some flags, but that'll change in a turn or two. Then they have nothing. So yeah, now I think they're moving. Last ditched effort to take something back. HQ units. Russian rifle squad. It was guarding the other side of the bridge, the flag there. Multiple squads. Definitely gonna need the APCs here, otherwise I can't hold on to these flags. And we're retreating toward the enemy. That's the classic way to lose troops. Not that it'll make much of a difference. Still a stupid way to die. And survivors dispersed. Ooh, we could shoot at these guys. Wonder if the bridge can be destroyed. Just don't have enough firepower to kill anything, and I'm running out of ammunition. You! Let's scout the final few locations. And we afford surprises here, right? Looks like for the most part we're gone. Oh god, please don't hit me. What the hell sees that thing? Have no more high explosive shells. Well, shit. Their HQ might be able to escape, not sure I care too much. Why where's this purse? No more high explosive shells. And we're gonna take down the mortars on the next turn. Ah, fine. Couple of infantry squads we can suppress. That's pretty much the only thing we can do in every location here. And you can't even do that. Don't really want to use the rifle squad for this. Ah. I don't care about that. This guy is not doing well, but it doesn't matter. It's a minor delay because of that. Yeah, there's really nothing available. Minor noise. Okay, 2 turns till the end, and the turn should go fairly fast now. There's not much resistance left. Kill everything you see. Not sure if I should hold back on anything at this point. God damn it. Holy shit, you got a kill. They were useful. Well, they were always useful. Just not too useful in the killing part for some odd reason here and there. Other Cobra doesn't have the same problem. We still have anti-tank missiles, but nothing to use it on. Another squad gone. Well, I can't end it. Well, the fight might actually end on this turn. I was thinking that I can't end it because I don't control all the flags, but they've suffered catastrophic casualties and they have no chance of taking the flags anymore. So they might pull the plug on this one. more high explosive shells. What the fuck am I even firing at? Worthless infantry squads that pose no threat to me. Fine. Kill is a kill, bro. Yeah, this is over. I don't see how in the hell could they do anything with us anymore. I can fire at targets on the other side of the map. That's pretty much it. Still, it's a free kill. I'll take it. And that's it. Probably the end of the mission right there. I don't mind this. It's a very different type of mission to what I have been playing for a long time now. Caused me some grief, but I think it's a good reminder of how to handle certain kind of situation. Also, how to position units. If you're going to position units covered in the cover at the start, you need to position pretty much everyone there. Otherwise, you'll just divide your forces who can actually fight at all in that fight. Still surprised how useful the smoke's been. Right. Huge success for us. There's no way they can get anything. I might be able to get a... We have one high explosive shot left for this. Maybe get the HQ if you can. Yes. 12th kill. I might as well hoard for kills. There's really no downside to it. Oh, but you might lose units, that's a downside. Not a realistic downside though. Yep, they're pretty much down. Oh shit. That's can take damage, but suppress us pretty thoroughly. Should be the end. HQ gone, all flags gone, army wiped out mostly. 1739 versus 79. Much reduced vehicle numbers. That pretty much explains it. These missions are the ones where we can't afford big casualties, but you never know beforehand are you getting into one. I suppose when you see a mattress of enemy vehicles coming your way, then you know that you can also afford some casualties. Veterans! 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 More veterans. Basically the C platoon upgrade, the Abramses upgrade from regular to veterans. That's about it. Mostly just simple fixed jobs. A lot of points. I'm thinking of keeping the light tanks that we have. But they're sort of terrible. Fuck it. Yeah, keep it. I'm thinking that they can't see through the smoke, so they're like they can't function with the rest of the army really, and they're fairly terrible at everything they do. So I'm thinking of maybe upgrading them to Abramses if I can. At least that's something a little bit different. Right, so we have missile platforms and tanks in that particular platoon, which is fine. They can stay together for all I care. They can function well together. Uh, Not sure why I want to keep the HQ unit as an infantry. It's fine. It's hard to spot, but it's also because I don't have artillery. It's basically a wasted unit in most missions. I'm also changing one more artillery piece, maybe the Cobra. Although 2 seemed like a fairly good number, and I have had uses for these, mainly because they have a lot of smoke. So I guess I'll hold on to them. But this is starting to look like a decent army now. We need, well, I don't know if we need engineers. Engineers are cheap smokes, but then we need units to carry the engineers, which raises their cost. Maybe it would be better just buy artillery pieces. They would have more smoke anyway, can fire the smoke at a distance, but also very easily destroyed by enemy vehicles. So I don't. NATO has taken the fight onto the enemy's home ground. The US Fifth Corps penetrated the Soviet lines and drove into East Germany. Without active Soviet support, the Warsaw Pact set up a new line of defense on the Vera River. The orders are to secure a bridgehead across the Vera and clear the area of any enemy units. Need river barges. Right. I wonder if we actually do. And that gets a good reminder. Yeah, we literally do this time. So this could be tough. Hopefully we start from the Healy side, but I don't think we're gonna be quite so lucky. So we're gonna progress through open terrain where we have to cross a river when the enemy is in forest, hills, and rough terrain. This is going to be the repeat of the previous mission, except it's going to be tougher to us to reach our targets. The length of the mission is likely 16, so helicopters might not be a horrible idea. Either way, well, it's a consideration that I'll have to think about. But is it? Yeah, it's a assault type mission. We have the wider directional artillery, so they could have something as annoying as minefields there too. And I can't buy gunships, so I have strike elements? No. so I don't think it's a proper assault really. That's uh, that's a relief. Can I buy any kind of helicopters? No. So likely they wouldn't have a huge amount of anti-air capabilities either. Uh, we might want to buy cheap artillery that can basically fire to smoke there, so we can lay smoke cover, use the helicopters to spot things maybe, and then kill everything with the incoming troops. We are also going to take Bardes. Abramses certainly aren't gonna move at all on water. These can, so we technically don't. I think that's what it means. So we wouldn't need barges for these, but a big part of our combat power is tied in the Abramses. So what about the self-propelled artillery pieces? You know, they need it too, but they're so goddamn expensive. And we would need multiples of these to ferry units in a reasonable time frame. And they're, if someone looks at them in a funny way, they'll die. Maybe 6. It's a big investment. But if we don't lose these, they can ferry over troops fairly quickly. And even if we lose a couple, they can still ferry our troops across quickly. Problem becomes after that though that what then? I need. I think I need artillery this time. There's no way we can afford it though, and it's probably largely ineffectual. So what we would like is mortars, more or less. They're cheap as dirt, and I can probably do the necessary. No. That's why I bought the Fields guns the last time. Not necessarily howitzer sections, maybe something a little bit heavier. We're not really. Shit. That's enough smoke and the support fire we need. They're not all that great at suppressing things though. And we only have 100 points remaining. Infantry might be. These vehicles could go across river on their own. They're reasonably priced. So with this we could get a couple of platoons of vehicles that can just basically drive across. They're gonna take on any targets though, so I'm not sure if this is exactly what we want. No, the scout section troops are too few in number. Air mobile platoon. 4 rifle squads, 4 helicopters to accompany them. I think this is one of those cases where this makes a lot of sense. And then what? Infantry SAMs? Some kind of scout unit, maybe. Utility vehicles, couple of Humvees. Easily destroyed, but we could use these as bait, basically. They're small in size and they're dirt cheap. So yeah, I think this is the force we're gonna use.